Hi, everybody. Welcome to COMM135, Communications for Health Professionals. My name is Cheryl Cole. I am a registered nurse. Just give you a little background on myself. I've taught for Portage College on and off since 2011. I started teaching there when we were posted to Cold Lake. My husband was in the military at that time. I have a varied background in nursing. I have worked pretty much in every department in the hospital. Because of the living with a man in the military, I've had the opportunity to try out my hand at a number of different areas in the hospital. However, my favorite and the one I spent most of my time in was ICU, the OR, and recovery room, and that's probably where I'm more familiar with everything. I'm going to just give you an introduction to this course. I'm going to go through the Moodle page just to make sure you're comfortable with the format, you know how to get yourself around, and you can find all the things that you need to find on this Moodle page. So I'm just going to start. This will be your Moodle page when you click onto the course. On the left-hand side is my name and how to reach me. And you can always either use the Moodle page to reach me, you can use my college email. If it's after hours and you want to get a hold of me, use my Gmail account. I answer it quite frequently. However, I do ask that if you have a problem about 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night your time, I just need you to remember that I live in Ontario, so I'm 2 hours behind you. So chances are if you're emailing me at 8, I may or may not get it, and anytime after 8, it's a definite I won't be answering until the next morning. So if you need help with something, then just kind of try and email me earlier in the evening than that. So this is the communication page. So when you first sign on, I want you to go through the welcome to COMM135, read this first. And I'm just going to show you what it is. Click on it. It'll walk you through the learning outcomes for the course, strategy for success. And you click on these little arrows on the side to actually maneuver around your pages. These are called books. So to change from page to page, just click on the arrow. And this is basically how you get through it. And I'm not going to go reading it. You can read it at your own leisure. News forums, I'm sure you've had them before. If you have a question that you'd like to ask, you can post it there. However, be forewarned that I try to remember to check it, but I'm not really good at checking the news forum. So I really recommend that if you have a question, email me and I'll get back to you. And if I think the question is important that everybody knows the answer, I'll do a broadcast response. The following documents are course outline, course syllabus, and course schedule, and I'll let you go through those Actually, I'll just go through the outline first. Sorry. So typical outline format that you've seen, your learning outcomes. It's a 3-credit course, 45 hours, or depending on what you put into it. These are the topics. There are 6 units with a varying range of topics covered in. Your course text, your student assessments, and I'm going to go through each one of those. So participation, diversity training, assignment 1, assignment 2, and your final exam. And like I said, I'll go through each one of those. A pass in this course is a 63%. And then that's about it for that one. So syllabus is about the same, but I want to draw your attention to the course schedule. So this is your schedule for it's actually my recommended schedule for you. You can do the course at whatever pace you want to finish. Do it however the exam is set and the assignment dates are set. So part of the participation mark for this course is that I'm going to do forums for the first 5 units. I'm going to post a question. I want you to answer the question, and then I want you to respond to one other person. So for each forum, there's going to be an opportunity to get 2 marks, and one of those marks will be for each of your postings. I've marked the forums on this calendar, as well as your assignment dates. So make sure you go in and see where they are. So May 13th, your first assignment is due. May 27th, your diversity certificate is due. And then June 3rd, your second assignment is due. Your final exam is on the 19th of June. And I think this entire week, you are at the college doing something. I did talk to Shelley about it. And she said the Sundays usually set aside for exams. So that is when your exam is. And then you'll be done this course. So if you're new to Moodle, go here. Now I'm just going to close this book up. So these are all called toggles. So to open a toggle, you click on the arrow on the side and it opens it up. And I'm just going to go down to Unit 1 just to show you how to do it again. So Unit 1 is a Unit 1 checklist. I'll just show you what it looks like. You can tick things off if you've completed them. It is completely up to you whether or not you want to do that. If you think you learn better that way and you keep track of how far you've gone and what you've completed, feel free to use it. I do not keep track of the checklist. There's a video to start with just to get your mind on track for communication, and then each topic is a book, and this symbol is a symbol of a book. And you're going to open the book up just like I showed you with the last book and go through the pages. Actually, let's just do one. Sorry. So an introduction into what you're going to cover in the unit. And all the books are laid out the same. Your lesson plan, so if you clicked on the here, you would get all your learning objectives. Learning outcomes. Your reading assignments, these are the required readings for this unit. These are extra readings that you should read. They're going to have more pertinent information that's not covered in your textbook. To guide yourself through these units, always make sure you go by the learning outcomes. All of your assessment and evaluation tools, your final exam, will be geared to these learning outcomes. So if you don't find the information in your textbook, then go into the extra readings because the information will be there. There will be videos for each unit, typically, if I found some good ones. Then there's going to be review questions at the end. So the review questions and review answers, and each unit is laid out exactly the same. Additional resources if you would like. I am going to add, and I'm in the process of putting them together right now, PowerPoints, and they will be audio PowerPoints. I'm debating whether I'm going to do an audio PowerPoint or I'm going to videotape the PowerPoints and put them in a YouTube. But either way, there will be a PowerPoint for each unit for you to go by. So that's how each unit or each topic is laid out. And of course, there's 6 topics. Now I just want to go back to the assignments. So I've already talked about participation mark. It's marked out of 10, 2 marks per forum, and there's 5 forums. So you get 1 mark for answering the question and 1 mark for responding to somebody else's answer. Assignment number 1. Go here. This is an individual assignment. It's an assignment about cultural diversity. I want you have 2 options actually for this paper. You can either write a scholarly research paper analyzing a culture other than your own. So it's got to be a culture that you're not familiar with. A maximum of 10 pages, a minimum of 6, and I'll go through what's included. These papers must follow APA format. Or if you're more creative and you're not into the paper writing and you would like to, present your information to me in another way, you may use a PowerPoint, you can use a Prezi, you can use a Wix, you can devise your own web page, you can do a blog page, any way you want to present the information to me. If it's not going to be one of the 4 that is shown there, then I would like you to email me and let me know what you're planning on doing just so that I can pre-approve whether or not I think that's going to be a good idea. However, if you choose to do one of these methods, you still have to write a short research scholarly paper, but maximum 4 pages. Just give me the nuts and bolts of what you're actually putting into your information, and you have to include your references. And so the assignment topic is there, talking about culture and what they want you to do. I mark based on a marking rubric. So the rubric is at the back of the assignment, and for each I'm just having a little moment here. For each object that I want you to cover, you're going to get a mark for. So cultural group chosen unfamiliar to students. If that's what it is, then you'll get so many marks for that. You need to answer each one of these bullets. That's the only thing I have to mark on. So if you identifies description of time orientation, and you've gone through the research and there is no information on time orientation for the culture you've chosen, then I want you to write no information found on time and orientation. That way, at least I know you've looked at it and we're unable to find any information. And just by writing that, you'll get 5 marks. So make sure you address each one of these bullets, and that's the word I was looking for earlier, bullets. As well, APA format is at the end, and I'm a little bit of a stickler for APA format. I do give leeway. So for the first assignment, I'll be a little bit more lenient. For the second assignment, not so much. So a title page, body of the paper, references, you must cite plagiarism is a big thing, and so I want to make sure that you put the proper citations in your paper. So that's assignment 1. Let's just go back another one. Assignment 2 are reflective journals. And I'm not sure if you've had the opportunity to write a reflective journal yet, but in Unit 4, we'll go over reflective journals. And you're going to be required to write 2 reflective journals. Sorry, 1. I want you to define reflective practice and discuss the relationship between reflective journals and critical thinking. Reflective practice is something that almost everybody does. We all reflect back on what we've done in the past and just trying in our mind and figure out how we could improve what we did or what we could change. And that's exactly what I'm going to ask you to do. So first part is you're going to define reflective practice and discuss the relationship. The second part, you're going to choose a type of reflective journal, and you're going to submit a journal describing and reflecting on your experiences as a healthcare professional. And those are the things I'm going to be looking for. It must be in APA format. And again, it has bullets. So make sure you have a look at the bullets as you're filling out your paper or doing your paper. Any questions on these assignments, please feel free to send me a question. If you're stuck, never sit at home being stuck. I'm always available to help out. Diversity training, it's an online thing. You're going to go to the site in City and you're going to complete it and let me know you completed. You get to print off certificate. I just need to see the certificate. I actually don't have much to do with that. And then there's a final exam. We're 30%. And I kind of forget how many questions are in it right now. It'll cover the unit for the entire course, and it's 30% towards your mark. And like I said, that will be on June 19th. So that's a quick overview of what Moodle looks like and how to make your way through it. If any problems at all, please feel free to contact me, and I look forward to working our way through this course with each and every one of you. So I'm looking forward to seeing you on April 4th.